Greetings, Earthlings. It's me from outer space. Trixie Little here with another episode of Artist in the Wild. Oh! This is a good one. I had a lot of fun making this episode because life is getting fun. It's like this simultaneous horror show of realizing how much we've been lied to and it becoming more and more clear. But I've known this for years, like it's not news to me, but man, it's surprising that it's still hitting me so hard. Those of you that have been following along, my latest heartbreak was around discovering the lie of the Beatles not playing or writing all their own music and a team of people being behind them and them just being actors, and also just the dark background of everything that's going on. It's like just it breaks my heart. I'm an artist and I did not sell my soul, and it's one reason that I've been struggling, because I chose to stay outside of the system, because when I became an artist, it was still possible to do that. There were underground ways of making a living and having these studio spaces and warehouses. So we had our own clubhouses so we could get things going, and the way that rents have gone and just all the insanity of everything. You can't have anything these days and be outside the system very easily, I am here to tell you. But I'm slowly detoxing from it, leaving lots of platforms, Spotify being the recent one, left Meta, Amazon, all those, and just choose to whatever happens. It's like things are more expensive, harder to get. I have to go out and have an adventure to go get things. So all these excuses, like I just was like, all right, well, I'm just not going to have any excuses anymore. I'm just doing it. And it's been better. I will say that, like, trying to straddle the worlds of like, oh, I want to be back in analog, but oh, this is how it is and this is how it has to be. And the more I find out, and these things become clear about how fake everything is, about how much we've been lied to, not just in medicine, not just in food, not just in education, not just in religion, not just in banking, not just in every system that we know, but most important to me, our culture. Culture is the soil our consciousness grows in. This is what we dream with. And so we are collectively dreaming this world. And I know I can make a more fun world. I've been trying to do that a long time. So, but I'm feeling this like simultaneous, like the more is being revealed, like a thing about the Beatles really hit me close to home. But of course it was just like undeniable, like once I really started looking into it and just being an artist myself, that the volume of the work that they were coming out with, and also the quality, like not really duds, it's just like, yeah, some of those arguments about a team of people being behind them. And someone said this to me too, that they're like Shakespeare. Like in the theater community, a lot of people believe that Shakespeare is kind of like a collective or a pseudonym or something along those lines. And that would make sense in this case as well. The bubble burst for me though. Now, it's hard to appreciate the music with the deception behind it. It's like, yeah, sure, the music stands alone, and I always have believed that as an artist, what I create is like my creative baby, and it has a life of its own, so I'm not sure about like how I'll feel long term about the music. Of course it's like also just woven into my life, my memories and things like that, and but that little like seed of deception grown so big, it just changes everything. And so on the one hand, it's like things are collapsing, and at the same time, beautiful, ridiculous new things are emerging, and I'm completely feeling that synchronicities are starting to pop off, getting off of these apps, detoxing from them. And it's a physical detox. I keep saying this. It's really like ridding your body of like, it is a program, and you have agreed to siphon a little bit of your soul to participate in anything with them. So, you know, I'm just trying to get a bit of wholeness back for myself, and it does seem to be working. It doesn't make it any less challenging, you know, realizing amidst the destruction and the unraveling, like the magnitude of the deceptions and the darkness of it is overwhelming. And there's days where I'm just like, wow, like, oh, that hurts, you know, and then shaking it off as quickly as I can to get back to the magic, because I can feel it. It's like percolating again, and it's very exciting. And so one of the ways that I experience this is what you're going to see today. There's a couple projects that we got going on. One is getting ready for St. Patrick's Day, which somehow I became that old lady now who decorates for every holiday. But because I live on a street that's in a historic seaport part of town, there's a lot of foot traffic, which I consider to be a built-in audience. So I like putting out my goofy little things. But of course I can't just like buy a basic wreath and be good with that. I got to take it all apart and make it my own. So there's that project. Then I was also simultaneously trying to prep the upstairs for this project that is unspooled into months and months, where the wainscoting in the 2 stairwells has been all removed, both sides. And it needs to be stripped and sanded and sealed. And so it's a lot of just wood planks up there. And we were like tripping over the bed. There's just all this IKEA furniture. I'm done with IKEA furniture. The only thing worse than putting IKEA furniture together is taking it apart, because it breaks. So anyway, it's kind of like those sort of frustrating projects. But I got some progress made, which you're going to see. So I feel like I'm in a good place to start that. Sometimes being an artist, you know, it's like you're thinking about the things. You have to set up the space the whole time you're planning, you're envisioning where it's going to be going, and lots of projects going on at the same time, because really as a visual artist, I'm frequently just waiting for paint to dry. So it's like a plate spinning act where it's like I go and start this, and then I go and start that. And then I just keep going back and checking on them. And I really do try to make sure that I'm completing projects too. That's important, because otherwise I'd have like so many unfinished things, and it drives me crazy because I have a Virgo moon. Okay, so let's get into it. Enjoy the episode. I'll see you at the end. Here is the next installment of Why Can't I Just Leave Well Enough Alone? I just can't. That's why. Because I'm an artist. So I'm going to take off these shamrocks, which seem a little brutalist shamrock to me. And I'm going to try to make them a little softer and personalize this little wreath a little bit for St. Patrick's Day.
Place. In the Beatles documentary, The Complete Beatles, there's a segment in that documentary. Now, this was considered the Beatles documentary before Anthology was released in 1990. It explains that their touring was exhausting. And so the narrator wants to tell us that 2 things. One, they'll say that it was exhaustive, and then they'll say that the Beatles were a perpetual writing machine. They were always writing. They were writing when they were on tour. They were writing on film sets. They were writing in the studio. They were writing when they were on holiday or vacation. They were writing all the time. Going back to the August 5th, 1966 interview that Paul McCartney and John Lennon did with the BBC, Paul McCartney, I'm talking about biological Paul McCartney, blew that out of the water. And then the BBC interviewer says, I always thought it was quite impossible to write that many songs on the spot.
Do you have gentle advice? This other's company.
It's really hard to do this because I want to pick this up, but I can't hold the camera, and so I just wanted to show you like what I'm working on.
I'll say her at the time as somebody
Oh, my throat is so raw.
They had respect for. They thought she was really giving. They thought she was really powerful. But then why is she sitting in front of a volcano? You're saying, well, I had respect for her. She was amazing. But you already said that you blew it with her. So let me get to the blowing it part. To Two of Swords. Oh, but I didn't.
Okay, so I wasn't totally happy with, I really wanted a brighter green, but I just don't have one. I have to work with what I got. So, I decided to come down and put like a top coat on. Sorry, my voice is such a mess. Of this, see that color? It's a semi-gloss exterior, but some of these bright colors, like especially reds and this one too, some of the yellows have a neutral tint base instead of like a white base or a dark base. And so they tend to be really translucent. So you can see through them unless you do like 3 or 4 coats of paint, which is really annoying. But in this case, it's working to my advantage. I kind of don't mind the brush strokes and the weirdness. That one looks a little wonky, but in general, it does brighten it up, as you can see. And I'm just going to have to go with what I got right now, y'all. Because also it's like practically St. Patrick's Day and I'm late getting the Valentine's decorations down. Okay, here's the finished product. Lots of things that, you know, my Virgo part is like the perfectionist. And I just have to let it go because I had to make do with greens that made me angry and make a bunch of changes. And then it was just messy and I don't have great brushes and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, we got it done. Totally disassembled it. Did turn it into something a little more colorful and ridiculous and hopefully brings a smile to people. I wound up just attaching everything. I was like, do I hot glue it? But I need it to be a little flexible for storage because it's like a bin of nothing but wreaths. And as I mentioned, I'm trying to bring some joy to the world by decorating because my friend gifted me like a wreath for every holiday. So now I'm like that lady, the crazy lady on the street. Anyway, I ended up using, this is fishing line. I took off of a vintage fishing pole that I bought for theater purposes and saved the fishing line. And it's a little brittle. Some of it kind of snaps, so we'll see how long it lasts. But I think it looks better than too much wire and the hot glue wasn't going to work. So anyway, let's go hang it up. Bring some joy to the world, hey? Here today, leprechaun tomorrow. Looking good. Okay, my voice is still really messed up, but I was playing around with this little song, so I just had to capture it real quick. My voice is still like shot, so okay. Oh no, I'm not that big a fan of the Grateful Dead. Oh no, I'm not that big a fan of the Grateful Dead. There, I said it. Sorry, I was in high school and I just can't. Oh no, I'm not that big a fan of the Grateful Dead. And I know that because I was just listening to the radio out in Nevada City, where my studio was, where all my stuff is, and I'm here in Baltimore. And since I love Spotify, I'm, you know, all new patterns, making all new patterns with where, how, when I listen to music, and it's very interesting. But dang, if that DJ didn't ruin it. He just got on there and the whole set was nothing but the Grateful Dead. So, but bless them. It's a California band after all, so it is local. Anyway. This is a before video. I gotta just make some room in a different way so you can finish up here, but we'll see what happens. Here's a little progress update. Made a table of 2 doors. I'll clean them up a bit. Just very lightweight doors and taped them together. And so now I'm gonna try to deal with all this. This is the worst part. So much carpet, oh my god. Can't even find the staple foam. It's annoying. Sucks. So I was very cranky seeing that this adorable peach color is being replaced by gray. I mean, it's their house, they can do what they want, but I'm like, there's adorable colors here. There's kind of a tradition of it. Like, people have really nice, bright, clean colors. And then they're gonna turn it from that peach color into that gray color. Someone was just painting that today. I'm just like, oh, good. Make the world more gray. That's great. Great. I'm trying to add some color. Get rid of all the beige and the horrible choices that people have made. Ah! It's making me very angry today. It's very grumpy, you guys.
And high cheekbones too. Scorpio could have beautiful, beautiful face. Really beautiful. But nothing really about cheekbones. Also, somebody who might do need stuff in their hair now also. Like, I think it's something new. Spiky the way they put their hair up gives it like poofs of spice.
Medieval torture.
That could be the case also. I feel more like your energy, your aura, something about actually, Scorpio has hurt over that. And feeling heartbroken that this person hasn't come toward them in this storyline.
Find out what whole sign house you have Aries in, if you have planets there, and how they're going to be affected by this
It's a lot of work.
of energy. The question you can ask yourself from this day is, what part of your life feels ready for more direct action, ready to go for it? I think just for some reason that we're
This is a glimpse of where the wainscoting came off of. And you can see it's been finished over here. And down here too. So it's off on both sides. So this is the part of the episode that I'm really excited about. This is the secret surprise, which is, and I honestly, I couldn't even believe this was real. I thought it was a scam because I was like, it just sounded too good to be real. And so literally until the day that I showed up to report to work, I was like, this is probably fake. And then it wasn't. And I was like, oh my God. But also it's like everything that's like great and complicated right now about the world. It's just like 25 years of teaching yoga, practicing yoga, being serious about yoga. And now I'm teaching a yoga with puppies class, which is absolutely adorable, absolutely not about the yoga, and just very, very amusing. But it's in the neighborhood. It's here. I've been, this is the third week that it's been open, and man, those puppies are cute. It is some serious good therapy, y'all. So I'm grateful that it's real. There's some real good things happening. Oh my goodness gracious. Hi. I know, can't believe it. You smell so good. You smell like puppies. You guys smell like puppies. Hi. Hi. Oh, who are you? Oh, hello. Who are you? Oh, look at this. Look at that little butt wagging. Do you see it? Do you see it? I see it. I don't know how we're going to do any yoga today, but that's okay. Who cares? Who cares? We got this going on. We got all this going on. I think it's really cute. Ouch! Who's that? Who's that? As many of you know, I'm a big fan of chicken pot pie and just, you know, all kinds of savory pies in general, which I really fell in love with out in Nevada City, where they have pasties, which are like personal sized pot pies, which were brought over from Cornwall, England in the mining days. And since then, I still just really love them. And I've spent the winter making lots and lots of pot pies. And although the spring is sprung and the pot pie season is winding down, I did make a turkey pot pie this week and it turned out great. Here are some pictures of it. It is amazing to me that I have not gotten sick of the combination of carrots, peas, and celery, but it is so good. And this time I put some dill in and turkey instead of chicken. Turned out great. I did go down to one of the oldest taverns in the neighborhood called the Cat's Eye Pub on St. Patrick's Day to listen to some live music, and I was not disappointed. I had such a fun night. I've been really enjoying just going out for a beer and listening to music there. It's super duper fun, and that night was great. Here's a little glimpse.
everybody. I met my love. I met my love by the gasworks wall. You got it. Dream the dream on the old ground. I kiss my bird, lucky boy, by the factory wall. Dirty old town, dirty old town, dirty old town, dirty old town. Welcome to Fells Point, my favorite one. And you guys make it dirty. Thanks for making it awesome. Yeah. All right, we got it. I thought her sweet and her hair over her shoulder. I got the girl that velvet hair. Her eyes were so like diamonds. I thought her sweet and her hair over her
There's a robin looking at me. Hi, Robin. I saw some mourning doves mating today. Spring is in the air, you guys. This concludes another episode of Artist in the Wild. I hope you're having as much fun as I am. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, do a little something to help me grow this little channel. Got like 50-something subscribers, and I can't believe for 1 second that the algorithms like me. So I'm counting on you human beings to be the ones to make a difference. And I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.